What's up, guys? It is me. It's the Lee Double X Prince, and I am here with the final part of my favorite matches of 2016. Keyword favorite. I've been saying top, but these are my favorite matches of 2016. If you want honorable mentions, you should check out part 1, 2, 3, and 4 of this list of the top 100. But we're here to the final 10. It was a lot of fun doing. And I hope next year I put like more promotions, PWG, TNA if it gets good again. WCPW, I've been hearing stuff. Everybody's been talking about WCPW ever since it came out. So I'll think about it, and maybe I will, and maybe I won't. Hopefully I will, because there's like some matches that I've been checking out in PWG that have impressed me. For starters, the Ricochet Will Ospreay rematch was good. That tag team, that 6-man tag team match with Young Bucks, Adam Cole, Matt Sydal, Ricochet, and Will Ospreay, that was a fantastic match. You know, there's so much shit going on in PWG that I would say was good, but you know, I want to expand my my seeing matches. I don't want to just stick to the promotion that I got, but let me just say that this was a really mixed bag of matches, because last year I remember I had like 5 New Japan, 2 WWE, and 3 NXT. This time I have 4 New Japan Pro Wrestling matches, 1 ROH, 2 WWE, 1 Lucha Underground, and 2 from NXT. So a little bit mixed baggy. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about all 10 of these matches. These are the matches that I kept repeatedly watching over and over. I've seen all 10 of these matches so many times that I want to see them again. And some might even shock you, which made them to like the top 10 out of all 100 matches that I talked about. But let's get started. Coming in at number 10, The Addiction versus Motor City Machine Guns versus the Young Bucks in the ROH All-Star Extravaganza. Wow. This brought me back to the old school types of ROH matches. This is Ladder War 6. You know, there's 6 Ladder Wars, and this was no different of like the classic Ladder Wars. This was a really good match, and Christopher Daniels, I wish he starts doing stuff on his own, because this is one of the few good wrestlers that could do stuff on his own. Tag team, fatal forwards, you know, he's got it all. If you talk about the early indie guys, this is one of the guys. And also the Young Bucks being one of my favorite tag teams ever. Also, same thing with Motor City Machine Guns. They've been really outstanding, as well as The Addiction, who were the champions, but the Young Bucks win the champions. I hope they get bring up to the roster. I'm just so excited when that happens. The Young Bucks coming to the roster is going to be so legit. I'm super excited when that happens, but for now, I'm glad with what we got. This was a really, really fun match. It brought me back to like old school ROH, and yeah, I love this match so fucking much. Enough said. I think everybody went through tables. It was just really good. Coming in at number 9 is a match that might shock you guys. It's even in this list. I mean, people will probably put it like in the 30s, 40s, 50s. But I put it at number 9, and it's saying a lot. But that is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins from Money in the Bank 2016. Yeah, I'm actually shocked. Some people might even hate me for putting it up that high, but I don't care. This was I don't care. This story was actually really good. Seth Rollins coming back from injury, the championship he never lost, that led to this match, and it was a really good match. It didn't have to be Seth Rollins carrying Roman Reigns for the most part. Roman Reigns also had some momentum too. I wish the ending was a little bit different. You know, we all know what we're talking about, but the spear reverse to pedigree, I feel like that should have been the finish instead of have another pedigree. But eventually Seth Rollins beats Roman Reigns clean, which is really rare to say, but then again, he got suspended. Also, this led to the Dean Ambrose cash-in. And fuck, I don't know, before the cash-in, I mean, everything about this match is like, wow, I was so excited. And keep in mind, this show had a Money in the Bank ladder match, as well as the first ever John Cena AJ Styles match, and this match was just above that. I mean, that's saying a lot. And I keep watching it because it's so good. Like, same thing with number 10, but that I was talking about, the Ladder War. I mean, fuck. Like I said, these matches are the ones that I kept watching over and over. Coming in at number 8, another forgotten classic. Number 8, I have Fenix versus Mil Muertes from Lucha Underground, March 16. Yeah, this is the night where Mil Muertes and Fenix were fighting to the death. I mean, this was better than the Grave Consequence match. This was like the test of if Fenix could beat Mil Muertes by pinfall. He didn't have to like bury him or anything. This was just them brawling. Mil Muertes rips off Phoenix's mask, as well as Phoenix ripping off Mil Muertes' mask. Both masks are being ripped off. They're fucking fighting all over. It was bloody as hell. And I don't know, this match is really good. I can't stop watching it. It's just really outstanding. And personally, it's my favorite match I've ever seen in Lucha Underground. It's the best match done. I do enjoy Phoenix a lot more than Prince Puma, aka Ricochet. And yeah, I mean, the fact that Phoenix beat Mil Muertes, something that we would never imagine happening, but it happened, and it was great. It was such a good, outstanding moment. I mean, the first person to ever pin Mil Muertes, I believe. That did not involve like 3 people pinning him at Aztec Warfare, the first one, but holy crap, I enjoy it so much. I really wish Phoenix got to hold the championship more. I know eventually that led to building up Matanza Cuero, but I mean, shoot, the more I think about it, it's just the more I enjoy the match. It was just a really, really good match. I mean, coming in at number 7, Hirooki Goto versus Kenny Omega from the New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 26 Finals. Yes, the finals was another fantastic match. Wow, it was really good. This was like the best Hirooki Goto match I've ever seen, and definitely not Kenny Omega's best match, because there's another match I'm gonna put in here. But Kenny Omega was the guy that people were rooting for ever since AJ Styles left, and trust me, Kenny Omega was kind of done at this point, but then they gave him a chance, and now he's just bigger than ever. And the fact that he won the G1 Climax Finals was really good. Hirooki Goto is a great underrated wrestler, and this was the best match I've ever seen him have. I mean, granted, he took on Kenny Omega. I mean, I love Hirooki Goto. He's not one of my favorites. He's a really good wrestler, but I don't know, Kenny Omega just brought the A game to him, and I was happy to see 2 guys that we don't see much as like the top guys, but being in the finals. Think about it. Originally, it was going to be Hiroshi Tanahashi or Kazuchika Okada taking on Kenny Omega, but because it ended in a tie, it ended up being this match. So I love that they had 2 underrated guys just going all at it, and it was a damn good match. Coming in at number 6, the biggest dream match of my life. Number 6, I have John Cena versus AJ Styles from SummerSlam. It was in a Big 4 pay-per-view. Now, we've seen the match before at Money in the Bank, and seeing my list, you're pretty shocked how low that was, but look how high this one is. Number 6. I mean, this time it was no club, no false bullshit finish. It was just them fighting, having the match that we all wanted. The only thing stopping me from giving this match 5 stars is the fact that it should have been for the title, and I'm pretty sure at WrestleMania or whenever next year we might get John Cena versus AJ Styles, which will give it more hype, because it's like John Cena's never been AJ Styles, as well as he could possibly tie Ric Flair's record, as well as AJ Styles probably being the next guy for the company. But I mean, this was a dream match. I mean, WWE, the biggest star in WWE's history in the modern era, against easily the best thing that's ever happened at TNA, AJ Styles. And AJ Styles won, which you never see happen, because usually WWE is so anti-TNA. Look at what happened to Sting, Hulk Hogan, Rob Van Dam, even though he wasn't that bad when he came back, you know. And I'm actually glad they're giving TNA guys more momentum and more giving to them, because look at Samoa Joe now, look at Bobby Roode, Austin Aries before he got injured. You know, all these TNA guys are just being built. I feel like WWE's not doing right with TNA, instead of just being petty as hell. And fuck, that ending really got me, because I thought that was it for him. Because AJ Styles hits the Styles Clash, and then he goes for the big hit, and I thought Cena was gonna reverse it, but he didn't, and I'm like, oh shit, is AJ Styles gonna win? And he does. It was a really good match, and this was one of those moments where you actually would cheer for John Cena because he lost and he gave the right guy the victory. And you know, this is a great moment for John Cena. I hated John Cena as this like underdog, even though he was the champion, but it makes I like now that John Cena knows what character he is, and he is the top guy. And he knows now that, you know, he can't be maybe unstoppable. Maybe one day he'll never beat AJ Styles ever. I mean, granted, the Battleground match he did pin AJ Styles, but he was tired after taking, it was a 6-man tag. But I mean, shoot, let's just be happy that AJ Styles beat John Cena clean in a Big 4 pay-per-view. Oh shit, damn, like, I mean, 11 minutes, and we're not even at the top 5, but we finally made it to the top 5, and I'm even shocked that 10 through 6 are not even in the top 5, because these 10 matches were phenomenal, fantastic. Coming in at number 5, I got the best tag team match of the year from NXT TakeOver Toronto, The Revival versus hashtag DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Now, this could have been the moment where Revival wins and Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano turn on each other, and it will eventually build to a feud. I still want to see more matches from Johnny and Ciampa against each other, but I'm glad that they're tag team champions because this match was really, really good. And I never thought that their Brooklyn match would be top, but when you give them a 2 out of 3 falls, it gives them more hype to it. And I like how they had like Heart Foundation colors and Demolition colors. It was really cool for them to have like Canadian colors. You know, it was really good match too because I mean if you've seen the Brooklyn match, this is like top notch because this is the moment where DIY win the championships, as well as like showing that the Revival maybe the unstoppable team could be stopped by people with big hearts, because that's what I saw in Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. These two guys had heart and feel, and just they put all their heart and soul to this match, and it was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. I mean, that's what makes these 10 matches so great. You could rewatch them over and over and over, and this was no different. Coming in at number 4. Now, from 4 to 3, these are 5 stars, but out of all of the 4 5-stars, this was my least favorite of the 5-star matches we got this year, but it was still, like I said, it was still a 5-star classic, but I really wanted more out of it, even though it was a 5-star. But we got Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles from New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 10, giving their last performance in the Indies ever. Say goodbye to ROH, New Japan, everything that they've done, and because afterwards they came to WWE. Well, Shinsuke's in NXT, but I mean, AJ Styles became the star here. This was by far the best year for AJ Styles, whether that's character, in-ring wrestler, promo talker. I mean, AJ's improved in the mic. Because in TNA, he was kind of shitty in the mic, but he's improved that a lot. And Shinsuke Nakamura just being as great as always. And Shinsuke wins, showing that now that you think about it, if we ever have this match in WWE, there is a possibility of Shinsuke beating AJ Styles now. And this was, I don't know, again, I keep saying that these matches are fantastic. And these were really fantastic matches. Phenomenal, you should say. No pun intended. And yes, this is the goodbye for these guys. And yeah, I loved how it ended with them giving each other handshakes, because this was it. This was it for them. I mean, fuck. Talk about another dream match that came true. This was just another really good. Alright, people, now we're down to the top 3. And these top 3 matches were hard to move around, because all of these 3 matches could tie in at number 1, but I had to order them in the order I believe in, and this is it. Coming in at number 3, Tetsuya Naito versus Kenny Omega from New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 26, Day 18. Now, after Shinsuke and AJ left, they needed new stars, and Tetsuya Naito became IWGP champion. It wasn't working quite yet but it still was really awesome. And Kenny Omega was the guy that people were talking about the most. So I'm like, all right, let's give these guys a try. And if they can't, well, that's too bad. But when it's New Japan Pro Wrestling, you kind of know where this is going. And wow, people put this at number one, and I wanted to put this at number one because this was just all out going for like who is going to be the next top guy, who's going to be the next number one contender. Like if any of these two guys were not going to win the G1 Climax tournament, then it was just unbelievable to think that neither one of these guys is going to make it to the finals. And fuck, it was just a really good match. I mean, both reversing their finisher, they sold their moves. There's a part where Kenny Omega jumps through the crowd because Tetsuya Naito was there. There's parts that Tetsuya Naito just gave me all respect to him because at the time, I love Tetsuya Naito, but he hasn't quite hit me to the core like, yes, this is the next future. And fuck, this match definitely showed it. And Kenny Omega, again, one of the more underrated guys, just making it big. Oh my goodness. What can I say? I mean, this is a really good match. Kenny Omega wins. And after a brutal match, I'm actually shocked that he won because it was just really good. Coming in at number 2, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn from NXT TakeOver Dallas. By far the best match we have ever seen in NXT history. What more can I say? This was the debut of Nakamura, and this is the goodbye for Sami Zayn. This was really good. Sami Zayn comes in because it was announced that this was going to be his last match in NXT, and afterwards he's going to take on Kevin Owens. You know, he's going to be in that big ladder match at WrestleMania. And this was the night where Shinsuke Nakamura debuts, and this is the debut of Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance theme, the character, and overall. I knew this match was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be this great. It's my second favorite match of the year, almost number 1. And it was just really good. It came out earlier in the year too, so it's like showing how much it holds up. And it was just fantastic from top to bottom. Keep in mind, Sami Zayn had a better match than AJ Styles did with Nakamura. And I'm a bigger AJ Styles fan than I am a Sami Zayn fan, or El Generico. This is ROH meets New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm actually shocked that El Generico and Nakamura never fought in ROH, but we finally got it in NXT. And it was really good. I loved it. And it was cool that Shinsuke Nakamura was getting a little cocky. Maybe he could have lost. But granted, we all knew Shinsuke was going to win no matter what. But the fact that Shinsuke made it look like he might lose was really good, reversing finishers. And there's this really cool part where Sami Zayn just goes through the ropes like he always does, and Nakamura kicks out. And it's crazy, like Nakamura knows the wrestling so much that he knows what to reverse and where people are going with it. So that's what made the match even better. And Shinsuke Nakamura showing respect to Sami Zayn. After this match, you knew that Shinsuke Nakamura was going to be the next NXT champion much sooner than later. And my number 1 match of 2016, the best match I've ever seen in 2016, maybe my favorite match in New Japan Pro Wrestling's history, from New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 10, Kazuchika Okada versus Tomohiro Ishii. Another great classic match from these two guys. These guys have phenomenal chemistry, and I don't know, this match felt different compared to all their matches. And it's weird to say because when these guys fight for so long, you expect these matches to feel the same. But no, I like how they're making all their matches feel different. And you wanted Kazuchika Okada to win because Tomohiro Ishii won the previous year. And they just topped it even more. And it was just a really enjoyable-ass match. And this came out in January. And that shows a lot of how much this match holds up from January to now, and it's still my number 1 match of the year. It was a really good match. There's this part where it looks like Kushida Okada was going to do the Van Terminator, but Tanahashi wins. These are easily the best men in New Japan Pro Wrestling history, and if they get to NXT, wow, those matches are going to be even bigger. Well, not as great as these because these took place in Japan, but in NXT, they're going to be big in NXT or in WWE whenever they get to there, if they bother to show, because I know there's people that don't want to be in WWE and they don't believe that even though you're in WWE doesn't mean you're big, like Cabal, aka Loki. You know, but these two guys are like big names in their own. I mean, they at this point they don't really need to be WWE superstars to say that they are some of the best wrestlers of all time. They could just show matches here and there, and this was another, like I said, my favorite match of the year. I can't believe I'm saying that. This is my favorite match of 2016. And I get that people might not like the match because you've seen it so many times, but I enjoyed it. It's my number one favorite match of the year. It was really good. And this is the one where Kushida Okada beats Tanahashi in Wrestle Kingdom 10, the biggest show in New Japan's history. I mean, Wrestle Kingdom, I mean, I'm so excited. So yeah, that's it for my favorite matches of the year, my top 10. Check out in the link down below for all the previous videos from parts 1 through now. I mean, it was a fun ride doing this for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy them. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It's me, it's the ALE Prince. I'll probably make some more videos here and there depending on what happens in WWE. I'm also going to give my top 25 movies of the year, so you might be expecting that sometime soon. But until then, guys, it was a fun ride, and until then, I'm out. Happy holidays, people.